Welcome back, and as always, please, if you have anything to add to this conversation, leave it down in the comments, because that's why I make these videos, to have conversations with you guys. So please, continue the conversation down in the comments, or if you have anything you want me to change about these videos, because I'm always looking for improvement, and those comments also help out a ton. Finally, be sure to check out my other channel, YC Games. It's the one with the orange logo. And actually, before we get into it, one more comment. The next part 4 of this series will be talking about the guns. So if there's anything in the trailers or any special note that you want me to make in that video, let me know and I'll be sure to include any cool little detail or any one gun in particular you're excited for that you see in the trailers. Let me know and I'll be sure to include it. And now without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I know I said that this video, the part 3, would be talking about the guns. But I went back, and this video now will be talking about the villain, because before I left out the villain, because I don't really know much about the Calypso twins. We really don't know much, but I think I have enough to go off of, and at least make predictions off of, because that's really what these are. These are prediction videos. These are not news videos by any means. This is just my thoughts on the information we're given. So I decided to make this video, and at the time of recording, I'm recording this on Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, they are doing a full gameplay reveal, and I'm really excited for that, and I'm sure we'll get a lot more information on the guns and the possibility of like little mods or different other things that were rumored and leaked. So I kind of want confirmation on what all is going on with that before I actually make a prediction video on it. So I'm just waiting a day till that comes out, and then I'm making a video about guns. So today we're talking about the villain. Now let's get right into this. Sorry about that little side tangent. Now back in my original part 10 series, I had quite a few kind of weird theories about the villain. I said what we're doing, not Handsome Jack, because Handsome Jack is my favorite villain of all time. Do not get me wrong. I love him as a villain. That is the one person I love to hate more than anyone else in the world. But I'm glad we are not seeing him again, because they could have easily brought some more BS of, oh, now he's a hologram, or now he's a robot with the AI of him, or, you know, whatever. I'm glad they didn't do that, because I love Handsome Jack, but I feel like his story really died at the end of Borderlands 2, and then just kind of dragging on kind of was making me mad. So I talked about that, how they shouldn't bring him back. I'm glad they're not. I did talk about how they should at least like have memories of him, like we should still see statues, we should go like visit the wreckage of Opportunity, something like that, just because Handsome Jack was a big deal, and I want to see his presence known, but I'm glad he's not another focus, because that would just be really annoying. I also talked briefly about possibly, since the end of Borderlands 2, how we saw all the other vaults that we could go to, that maybe instead of like a main centralized villain, we would have like we go to a planet and we have to like fend off against whatever's on that planet causing trouble, and then like the vault monster would be like the boss for that planet. Then we go to a different planet and kind of like go from planet to planet to planet, doing something like that. I'm glad they didn't do that, because it actually just sounds like a terrible game, but I don't know. It was kind of a neat idea I had back in the time. So I thought I'd just bring it up, say, hey, I'm wrong, because obviously these are predictions. I'm going to be wrong about a lot of things. Moving on to the new information, though. So like I said earlier, and like I said in the past few videos, for the reasoning why I haven't made this video yet, is because we really don't have a lot of information on the Calypso twins, other than the fact that we know they are called the Calypsos, and that's really all we know. They seem to run some kind of like religious cult thing. The girl seems to be a siren, and honestly, of all the leaks we got, like all the ones that Submod's been covering, they seem to be accurate. And even like back when those were first coming out, the only comments I had on them was, I'm not going to comment on it, because it could be true, it could be all made up. Obviously, this is one of those things that seem to be true, and that's great. I'm not saying I'm against it, or I'm not saying that, you know, whatever. I'm just saying that, hey, this turned out to look like it's true. Now, that being said, we don't know the full extent of any of this, and we don't even know if it's true or not. Just the only thing, it seems that she can somehow steal siren powers and most likely transfer them in some way. We know she's a siren because in the trailer we saw the obvious siren tattoos on her, and at one point in the trailer we see Lilith dying without her tattoos, and the twins in the background. So definitely one of them has some kind of ability to take away siren powers. Now beyond that, it's all speculation. My theory is that the guy with his robotic arm, he has like vials around his neck and kind of vials on the arm, something, and maybe he can like transfer that into the robotic arm, like the siren essence, I guess, whatever you want to call it, whatever gives sirens their powers. Maybe like the girl can steal it, put in these vials, the guy takes the vials, shoves it in his arm, boom, he's like partially siren or temporarily siren or something like that. I don't know. That's all speculation. These are just prediction videos. But based on the trailers, that's my guess. I'm all for it, though, because that robotic arm just looks badass. And if it could do something like that, that would just be really cool, because I'm all about that arm. Now, what I find weird about the Calypso twins, other than just that they look batshit insane, but that's kind of Borderlands for you. I don't get me wrong, I love their designs. I think they look awesome, especially for villains. But, you know, it's just that's Borderlands for you. It's cool. But the thing I find really weird about them, and about kind of the game in general, is it's very religious. Like, not even necessarily like about Christianity or like real life religion, but they're just, it seems odd to me that they would go to religion for this. Like, they're not even like trying to hide it. Like, it's not even a subtle thing. Like, in the trailers, you see like a thing is like Holy Radio Broadcasting Center, and the Children of the Vault, which obviously is like some kind of cult name. The box art itself, with like the Psycho with like the halo and the holding up the 3, and like in like holy robes and whatnot. It's very strange to me that they would go this way with the game in general. And why would the villains be so religious? Now, again, it's a prediction video, so my theory is that because she can take siren powers and kind of distribute them, at least to her brother, she could be seen as a god. Because in reality, the sirens are kind of like gods in this world. So she could have, maybe instead of just like being a siren, trying to hide it or only using it, you know, for her benefit, she might be just flaunting it, saying like, hey, I'm a siren, bow to me, bitches, you know, something like that. Like that's what it seems to me, is that she's using her abilities not only to like for her benefit, like to accomplish whatever her task. She's using her abilities to be seen as a god. She's just basically showing off, saying, I'm a god, worship me, and then kind of building a religious cult behind it. And then she just kind of has an army that would die for her, because as we see in real life, religion can make people do some really insane things. So I just think it's very weird for the game to go this direction, but I'm all for it. I'm curious to see where it goes. I'll talk a lot more about this in the later video when I talk about why I think the plot is going to be, or the story in general, whatever I call that video. I don't even know what it's called anymore. So I'm going to go a lot more into that. It's just kind of a fun fact about the Calypso twins I've noticed that I just felt like I'd throw in there. Now this, I'm really curious to see where it goes. Because Maliwan is such an interesting gun manufacturer. The fact, you know, all their elemental stuff, like that's like their bread and butter is elemental stuff and the shields and whatnot. So I'm really intrigued to see us actually go up against them. Now, obviously, we don't actually know if we are going against them, but they showed off some pretty badass looking robots. And if I don't get to fight those robots, I'm going to be pissed. Because their design is so cool. Show off a couple of the trailers. Like, I'm excited to see them, and even more excited to fight them. So, if we don't get to fight them, I'm gonna be disappointed. And now, how much of an actual like fight we're gonna be in with them? Like, are they gonna team up with the Calypsos, and then we're gonna have to fight this manufacturer as well, not just the Calypso twins and their religious cult army? I doubt it. But in one of the trailers, like one of those quick shots, we are seen running into a Maliwan factory. So maybe there's some kind of like technology that Maliwan has that can help us fight the Calypsos. They're not going to share it, so we're going to go in and steal it. And that's when we fight them. I don't know. That's just kind of my theory. I doubt they would use badass robots like that just for one little side mission. I'm thinking they're going to be present, probably not the whole game, but a good chunk of the game, or at least the whole time around one specific planet. Most likely that high-tech, awesome city planet. Again, that I'm really excited to look forward to. So if that's where we're going to see Maliwan, if that's where we're going to get to fight Maliwan, I am all the more excited for that planet. Because, oh man, that is going to be a fun time. Now, I love Reese. Reese from the Borderlands, if you're aware. Reese. However you pronounce it. However you pronounce it, I love him as a character. I think he's awesome. If anyone could replace Handsome Jack as a villain, like up to that level of awesomeness, it would be Reese. Now, that being said, I doubt he will actually be a villain. However, I could definitely see him being like a side villain. Now, it's hard to actually justify that because in the trailer, he was on the friends side. Like when they mentioned, like, you know, oh yeah, friends or whatever. However they word it in the trailer, he was during the montage of friends, right next to Zero. So most likely he will be an ally, not an enemy. However, Borderlands has been known for walking that line between good and bad. So I could easily see them making Reese as a villain, and I am all for it. Like I said, if anyone could replace Handsome Jack as an awesome villain, it would be Reese. Now, like I said earlier, and like I said in the past videos, I don't want another Handsome Jack, so I do not want him to be the main villain. The Calypso twins, awesome. They seem to be a good villains for this game. I do not want to see another Handsome Jack. I don't want to see Reese trying to be a Handsome Jack. However, I think it would be pretty cool to see Reese as a side villain. Even if he is teamed up with Zero. Have Zero be his hand man. Have Zero be his assassin, like an assassin working for him, that we have to fight. I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong. I love Zero. I think he's an awesome character. I think he's a really complex character that I love to get to know more about. But if he's a villain, cool. I'd love to fight against him. I think that'd be a cool fight. Or a cool little plot thread. You know, a little twist in there like, hey, this guy's a villain, hey. So seeing Reese as a villain, it's a stretch. It's unlikely. But it is possible. Especially if we are fighting Malawan. You know, Reese owning Atlas now, you know, he's probably trying to build it up, trying to make a name for himself and for that company once again. There's a good chance he's going to go up against competition. So, again, that's probably more of a likelihood that we're going to team up with him to help Atlas and hurt Malawan. Because, like I said, Malawan we're most likely fighting at some point in time. But us fighting Malawan could get him involved, and you know, it could go either way if we're actually fighting or with them. Like I said, most likely we are going to be friends with them. He's going to be an ally. He's going to help us out. We're going to help him out, whatever works out. But it would be really cool to be against him because, like I said, I like him as a character, and I think it'd be a cool plot twist to have him be a villain. Not the main villain, once again, but have him be a villain, and even have Zero join him. Have Zero be a villain. I'm all for that. I like Zero, but I also like twists. That'd be a pretty cool twist. That about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have anything to add to this conversation, anything at all, like even just a little minor thing, leave it down in the comments, because I do make these videos to have actual genuine conversation with you guys. So I would like to see the conversation continue down in the comments. If you have anything you would like to add to the next video, like I said, part 4 is going to be about guns. So is anything cool you saw in the trailer or any kind of like legendary gun, you're like, hey, this would be a pretty good idea for legendary gun, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to include it and give you guys credit. But yeah, that about does it for this video. I do apologize that these videos are taking so long to get out, but I've just had no time nor motivation to do anything. So I do apologize. I'll try to get better at it. I'm sure seeing the gameplay tomorrow will get me a lot more excited, and so I'll probably pump out a lot more videos because I'll just have that energy through me, like, yeah, Borderlands 3's coming, it's gonna be so awesome. So expect part 4, hopefully less than a week away, again, depending on how the gameplay goes and how much time I have extra, because I just can't sit down and actually like plan time to make a video because my schedule just, it's randomized. It feels like I can never say, all right, this day I can make a video, because this day I don't know what I'm actually doing this day. So I apologize. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my other channel, YC Games. I just posted a video about of us playing Ultimate Chicken Horse, which is just crazy, stupid, random, fun times. And yeah, see you on the next one. Keep your stick on the ice. We're all in this together. Thanks for watching.